crazy military stories, y'all. So I'm gonna have him up here with us, and then we gonna get right into this Dwight Howard scandal. All right, y'all. Um, so Dwight Howard, NBA superstar, he got a lawsuit talking about a sexual assault with a gay guy. Now, my thing is this: I always tell y'all that whatever you do in your bedroom is what you do in your bedroom. Dante do not want to be in your bedroom at all. Be humble. Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about this Dwight Howard scandal of him being in a threesome with two other gay guys and he getting sued?
Man, that's wild, man. I mean, unfortunately, it's something that in today's society you can believe. But there's been rumors for years about that guy, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, I wasn't even gonna cover this, but if I showed you my emails, man, I don't even like touching on celebrity gossip because at the end of the day, dude is a human being, and whatever his sexual preference is, that's his sexual preference. But at the same time, if you a superstar, you should, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I
But
know when he first came to the league, he claimed to be like a big Christian. He was all about God.
right. Let's get into the legal matter of this. So we say NBA superstar Dwight Howard outed in lawsuit alleging sexual assault. NBA player Dwight Howard was apparently outed in a lawsuit by a male model claiming the former finals champion and future Hall of Famer sexually assaulted him over 2 years ago during a threesome at Howard's Atlanta area home. Stephen Hartford filed a lawsuit claiming Howard and a second man presenting as a female forced him to engage in sexual conduct against his will. July 19th, 2021, 2 years ago. Howard admits to engaging in a sex act with Harper and a third man, but claims it was all consensual. And he has chosen to fight the charges in court. Howard posted a video that did not address the specifics of the lawsuit, but instead told the viewers his private life is his own and it is nobody else's business. That right there let y'all know that guy is the face of homosexuality. It is what it is. I told y'all the story about how the dude in Alabama that was taking Heavy D from a horse. Let me bring that up. Let me show you all that too. Be humble. Have you heard? Did you watch that story that I dropped about that?
Yeah, I watched it. That was man. That's crazy, man.
What do you think about that? I mean, just imagine you walk by a garage and you hear some noises going on, and you open the door and you see a man getting piped down by a horse.
Man, that could be traumatic, man. I'll say this: when I was in the military station in California, I heard a story where there was a woman. She put like some guy's wife put like peanut butter on herself down there, and the husband wound up coming home, saw the dog, because dogs like peanut butter. Saw the dog like.
Look, check this out. This is the guy right here. Yeah, Curtis Jones. Yeah, this homie, this the dude. This the dude right here, y'all. His name is Curtis Jones. He where he at? He got look at his charges. He got in 2009, he was convicted of first degree rape, first degree sexual abuse, and incest. So he been out here doing bad.
How did she know his charges?
Yeah, you don't see him right. You don't see him right here. Is it up on the screen?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I can see it. How long was he married?
I don't know. I gotta get the email. But his latest offenses. So hold up. They done.
Sodomy?
Yeah. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me look more into this. Now somebody just sent me this clipping of dude right here. Somebody just sent me the clipping of where he at. He in Alabama Department of Corrections. He in immediate custody. What else? So according to this, I think he got life without parole.
Wow, they got the 3 strikes law down there?
I'm not sure. I know it say he been locked up since 2009. So he been locked up since 2009. His minimum release date is indefinitely. Dang.
Yeah.
So is this it don't really say nothing about a victim, but you see where it say sodomy and sexual abuse. So I wonder, was it just a horse, or was it a woman or a child too?
Yeah, normally you would see that in there.
This dude is what you call a super predator. Yeah, dude out here bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones. Hey man, listen. So we yeah, that's the dude, Low 23. That's the dude right there that his wife caught him getting piped down by a horse in the stalls. So so if you ain't heard the story, you know, every time they supposed to go out on a date or something, he would make an excuse about why he couldn't go. Oh, I got a headache. Oh, I'm not feeling good, or just something crazy. And you know, she walked off. I guess she went to go get a 2 for $20 for Applebee's for them. And you know, she thought that he was cheating on her with another woman or something. So she was parked down the street, had the lights cut off to see was somebody gonna pull up. And when she didn't see nobody, she went back in the house to see was it a woman in the house. Well, it turns out nobody was in the house. And she called him talking about where you at. And he talking about he in the bed sleep while she's standing in the bedroom. He ain't in there. So she ended up making her way outside and she hears some moaning noises, you know, type of noises when they are intimate. And when she walked in, she seen him like bent over, receiving heavy D from a horse.
That's wild, man.
And this the dude, Curtis Jones.
Oh man, that's wild.
And you know, my thing is, yo, what's up? What's it's like I get a whole bunch of emails about these type of stories, but it's like if it ain't coming from Florida, it's coming from Alabama. What
the South?
Listen, you be humble. You're an Army vet. What's going on in Alabama, man? What's up with that?
I guess that heat down there, man, getting to them, man. They don't know how to act down there, man.
I mean, it comes to a point like, come on, man. And then listen, my wife told me the other day when she came from church, she said the pastor was talking about in Europe they got animal brothels where you can go in there, pay a fee, and drop heavy D off into an animal. And they trying to bring that here.
That's wild.
So I'm like, yo, what? I mean, it gotta. Like I said, I tell people all the time, I can't never tell another man how to program. But it's like, come on, man, there gotta be a line that gotta be drawn.
Definitely got to have a limit, man. These people, there's no line in the sand for them, man.
No, it's like these cats just they down for whatever. You know,
Yeah.
there's a dude that I met in Columbus, Ohio. This dude named DeAndre that I worked with. He was like what you call a gentle giant, and he wasn't gay, but basically what he told me, like he couldn't get women, and the type of women that he could get was not the best pick of the litter. Oh, shout out to Columbus, Ohio, whoever that is. So he basically told me he just down for whatever. Men, women, it don't matter. And he told me like, I said, so do you consider yourself gay? And he was like, no, I mean, I'm down for whoever is down with me. And you can tell he had like a kind of a mental illness. And he told me one day, like, he had this pit bull, a female pit bull, and he told me he ended up having sex with the pit bull. And he
They should
asked
have them
me,
arrested. That's illegal.
Yo, Columbus got some weirdos too, especially on the west side, on the bottoms and hilltop. I done seen some. Hey, Juan in the comment section. You know what's going on the west side of Columbus. It's wild, man. Tell us some wild story. Hey, y'all, check this out. I got my man Be Humble. He on the stage right now, y'all. He got a YouTube channel. Let the people know who you is and what you do. Be Humble. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got a YouTube channel. It's called Be Humble Podcast, where I tell different military stories. Some of them is funny, some of them is, serious.
Sure. Let them know about like one of the most craziest stories that you done seen, in the military.
All right, so it's something similar to this. So when I was when I was stationed in Jacksonville, Florida, I went to Japan for like a couple weeks. So my neighbor, before I left, she had just recently moved in, and we was messing around. But so when I came back, there was all these flyers like around the apartment complex. So there was even so when I get to my door, there's one on my door. So I'm like, yo, I paid my rent before I left. So I opened so when I get in my apartment, I opened it up, and it was something just like this with this guy's information. And it says like you have a sexual predator living 1 mile of your address. So when I look at the picture, it's my next door neighbor's boyfriend. And he was walking around the apartment complex like nothing was happening. So when I read the charges, it was like a little 16-year-old girl, something like that. But yeah, they eventually moved. But yeah, he was some little young girl, man.
You know what? I had a conversation with this therapist the other day about because I didn't want to do this video about this dude, Mr. Curtis Jones, having sex with a horse or him getting piped by a horse. And because it messed me up, man. But my thing is like it wasn't so far-fetched because back like in the 90s, I'm gonna say back in I think I was 10, no 11. 11 or going on 12 in 99. My cousin, he was a drug dealer, and I went over there to get some money from him, like $5 or $10 from him. And when I went in the trap house, I went downstairs, and there was a lady on her stomach, no, laying on her back, while his pit bull was having sex with her. And that was my first time ever seeing something like that, like some bestiality type of stuff in real life at the age of, I think I was 11 though. And I was like, when I seen it, and actually, I mean, I seen porn before, but not like that. And it just really threw me off because I'm looking, but I'm not really comprehending what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Here's my cousin Pitbull. I know this dog. This dog name is King. And there's a woman that's laying on her back getting blown out by King. So I'm like, it ain't far-fetched that, but here's the really weird thing about this whole thing about Mr. Curtis Jones. I'm not looking at no horse, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But a horse is packing, is packing, right? So how could a man anatomy, you know what I'm saying, take a horse?
It's like sports. He got practice. He's been practicing for a while.
Like you could die off of a hemorrhage. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What if it would have ripped him in the inside? I mean, like, and then he died that way and get caught. When the police pull up, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's up? Like, come on, man. That's why I said, like, the title is say, we done with Dwight Howard, man. Whatever Dwight Howard is doing in his bedroom where he's sexually assaulting, gay guys, that's on him. I can't tell Dwight Howard how to program, and I don't know was his threesome with the two gay guys was consensual or not, but
it don't sound like it.
It sounded like the two gay guys were starstruck about being in the presence of Dwight Howard, and he probably just said, "Oh, I just come to the house to have a couple of drinks," and then a couple of drinks led to his eyes getting glossy, and he probably just forced himself on because Dwight Howard, that's a big dude.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty, and I think I seen a picture of the guy that he allegedly sexually assaulted, and it's like the prison stuff, man. You can't, Dwight Howard, like what, 7 foot, 7'1",
like 6'9", about 250.
Right, and dude looked like he was about maybe 5'8", 120 pounds. You can only imagine, and after Dwight Howard got that liquor inside of him. I don't know, man. The whole point is, hey,
he wants to keep it quiet, but it's his business until there's a lawsuit put on him. That's what he got to understand at that point. There's a lawsuit now, so it's public record. It's out in the open.
So I mean, it is what it is. If you rock and roll that, listen. The Bible speaks about Sodom and Gomorrah. You know that story, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
And it's like the men of Sodom, and I'm not sure what city was they in. Was Lot them in Sodom or was they in Gomorrah? I think that was in Sodom, right? So
those are different. Yeah, those are different.
Yeah, the story was that 3 angels came to warn Lot, and they said they were just going to go into the town square and sleep in the town square. But Lot, knowing how the people are of this town, he said, "No, y'all got to come to my house. Y'all got to come here. I beg y'all to come here. Please come into my home." So he convinced the 3 angels to come to his house, and then the men of Sodom, they like, yo, Lot, hey, let me holler at you. And he like, what's going on, y'all? They like, hey man, where them 3 dudes that was in the town center? Where them dudes at? And he like, hey man, check this out. They under my roof. These are my guests. Y'all cannot. They with me. Now we ain't trying to hear that lot. Tell them come outside, man. We want to holler at them. You know how like Puff Daddy was telling Fabulous, like, yo, I want to party with you. He said, well, I already party with you. He said, no, I want to party with you. So, you know what I'm saying? So the people, so they tell a lot like, listen, y'all ain't finna. Lot even. I'm gonna tell you how serious it was. Lot was willing to give his 2 virgin daughters up. He offered, yep, Ohio 38. He offered to give up his 2 daughters. And they said, nah, we don't want them girls. We want them dudes. And so they start beating on the door, trying to break in the house to grab the angels out of the house. And the angel grabbed Lot back and made the people that was trying to get in there blind. So they couldn't find the door. And they were searching, trying to get in the house. So the point is, what I'm saying is, man, when this woman emailed me this story about Curtis Jones receiving heavy pipe, getting dicked down by a horse, it's like, yo, we back in Sodom and Gomorrah, man. We here. It never went nowhere.
Nope.
It's in full effect, and it's like it's like somebody asked me the other day. They said, Dante, are we in the end of days? I said, if we are not in the end times, we are right there banging on the door. And
yep.
And you know, I'm like, you know, and I'm gonna tell you when I think all this stuff really started. You remember when the 2020 lockdowns happened? If you think about it, and I can't really say, I'm just gonna say the mafia. You know what I'm talking about, the mafia. So it's like prior to 2020 lockdowns, the mafia wasn't out here like that, you know, promoting all that type of stuff. And it seems like when the 2020 lockdown happened, that's when we entered the twilight zone. You know, it's like, I'm like, the other day, somebody sent me a video of one of the people in the mafia. And I'm watching this video and I'm like, how in the hell did we get here? How did we get here? You know, you being a military man, how did we get here? Did you see any warning signs or anything like in the military? Be humble.
Well, I saw things changing. I would say maybe about what, like 2010, 2011, because in the military they used to have this don't ask, don't tell rule. So they like repealed that. So things start changing at that point. Yeah, things started changing around that time from what I saw.
And now you got cats out here like Curtis Jones. You got cats out here like Curtis Jones. And yes, I'm putting Curtis Jones on blast. Okay.
Yeah, they said he don't need to be out on the streets, man.
You remember that show back in the day called The Heat of the Night? Matter of fact, listen. So this and then looking at his charge, it's like, yo, it get deeper. It get real crazy. But let me play this right quick, because when you hear Curtis Jones, this is what you hear. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yo, Texture Blend said that Dante is so homophobic, but watch this. To be homophobic of something, you have to be scared of something. I am not scared of homosexuals. What I am afraid of cats like Curtis Jones. I don't know if Curtis Jones is a homosexual. This is not about gay people. This is about Curtis Jones receiving heavy pipe from an animal. You know what I'm saying? So now texture blends. I got the link pulled up. You can click in and come into the live and explain yourself, because it really seeming like real suspiciously that you on the side of Curtis Jones. Like you accept the reality of man getting piped down by a horse. That's all I'm saying. If you agree, I could be wrong. We are in 2023 where right is wrong and wrong is right. So texture blends, if you agree with mankind, like a man, a physical man, getting his guts blew in by a horse, then let me know in the comment section. Maybe I'm the one that's twisted and messed up. Maybe I'm the one that's in the wrong. I could be. I could be the one in the wrong. And, be humble. Can I ask you something? Am I the one in the wrong to feel like that a man should not be getting piped down by a horse?
No, you're not wrong at all, man. For one thing, you allowed to have your own beliefs in this country that we live in. Yeah, there's a term for that. It's called bestiality, and there's a reason why it's illegal. So
you know what I'm saying, man? So it's like, and you know what? And you know, Lisa, I'm not even horsophobic. You know what I'm saying? It just don't look right. Like when a man, and you know what? And you know, everything that come out my mouth is going to sound homophobic, racist, sexist. I already know. But when I got this article, I just knew there was a white dude. You know what I'm saying? I just knew this was a white dude getting piped down by an animal. Brothers don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But obviously,
not in the South.
Not in the South. That's right. Not in the South. In the South, they just giving it up. They like Tupac said, toss it up. They tossing it up.
Oh man,
tossing it up. I mean, just look at them. That is the fact. I mean, I cannot. Who I really feel bad about is the horse. That's who I really feel the most sympathy for.
Yeah.
Outside of the wife, because it's like,
yeah, she's traumatized.
Because imagine, I know you can't imagine that, but for the women out there, this for the women. Imagine your husband of 5 years, and I'm pretty sure the husband and the wife wasn't wearing condoms, right? But he getting piped down by a horse. You know what type of diseases that can bring? And it's like the betrayal.
Yeah.
That's right there is wicked. Like, God damn, like what went wrong in your life? Like, you know what I'm saying? What happened in life?
Hey, Donta, here's a crazy story real quick. So when I was stationed in Pittsburgh, and I had this young guy, you know, he was trying to confide in me. And he was, you know, you can tell at the time he hadn't been with a lot of girls. You know, he was a quiet guy, you know, and so he was trying to tell me on the low. He was saying like he came home and there was 10 guys in his bedroom with his girl. And he was trying to ask me my opinion. He's like, "Do you think she was being raped?" I was like, "No, man, I was a train, man." I was like, she never. This girl was wild, man. Like I had to step in. And what was crazy is come to find out this girl was underage and he was up there messing with her.
Did he know that she was underage?
At first he did not. I tell you, this is how it started. So I had this one guy, he was from Mississippi. He used to come to my desk every day. Humbles, I know you be on that fling.com, you know, with his little Mississippi accent. And the guy I'm talking about sat like right across the way, little quiet. And when I would look, he'd be over there staring at us, like listening out the corner of his eye. he wound up meeting this girl off of fling.com.
Mm.
And he said like one thing he noticed every time they was to go out, she would like this guy, oh, I can't go. Oh, they would get to the place. Oh, I left my wallet at home. It was always something. And then he said they finally went someplace and the guy at the door knew her, like security guard, and told her like she was underage. But he had met the mom and everything. So the mom knew his age and everything. And they was
see, here's the thing about that. Even when he caught her with 10 dudes, now is these 10 men or 10 teenagers?
yeah, they was men. I'm pretty sure they were men.
Now
She was getting around.
But you see, and that's trauma right there. 9 times out of 10, she didn't have a father in her life, no supervision, and she probably got touched at a young age.
More than likely, yeah.
And you know what?
The story don't even stop there; it just gets worse. Like, so me and me and a guy from Mississippi I was telling you about, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, man, like, cause she kept playing games. Like one time he came to me and was like, "Hey, Humbles, man, she says she's pregnant, man. What am I supposed to do?" And at that point, I had reached out to her on Facebook. I'm like, yo, quit playing games with him, man. He ain't like that. You know, he's a good guy, man. And then like a week later, you know, he came to me, he's like, "Hey, Humbles, man, she had a miscarriage." But I never told him that he might be watching this, but I never told him that I talked to her. But what's crazy is they stayed together, right? So me and the dude from Mississippi had this plan, right? We was like, we're gonna invite her to the building, and we're gonna I'm gonna take a picture. You know, you're gonna be, you know, I'm gonna like, yo, this is where your girl at night, you know, wherever I don't know what she's telling you, but look where she at. So you know, I had let them, they're in his office in the back, right? So I eventually come in there about 15 minutes later, the light is off. I come in quietly, open the door like quietly, and all I can hear is
I hear they're screwing this girl.
yeah. So I you know, I tiptoed my way out, and then the next day, man, I'm like, yo, man, like, what happened, man? That wasn't the plan. You know, he looked at me and said, "Oh boy," said, "the flesh is weak, man."
Oh, whoa. Time out. Hold up. This cat said, wasn't you a prison pimp? You said you was pimping out a gay white boy in prison. Y'all some be humble. You was a prison pimp?
No, man, I ain't never been to jail, man.
What is he talk? What is this dude talking about? Are you talking about? You said I was a prison pimp?
Hey, I never even had handcuffs on me. So
what's this dude talking about? Talking about prison pimp. I don't know. But you know, I'm assuming that the dude in the comment section takes your blends. I'm assuming he's a homosexual because he's going so hard. But no homo.
Yeah.
But it's like the reason why I don't hate gay people is because just like what B Humble was talking about the girl that was letting 10 dudes run a train on her. You know, people deal with a lot of trauma, and you know that girl could have been molested by, you know, like a friend of the family, her uncle, her daddy, somebody that messed her up, and now she real promiscuous, you know. So I just look at that as trauma. You know, I'm gonna tell a quick story. Like when I was in foster care, I think I was either 5 or 6 years old, and the foster care lady, she had an 18-year-old daughter, and at the time I did not know what this was, but what she would do, she'd take me to the garage, and she'd make me lay down, and she pull down her pants or whatever, and she'd start grinding on me. Now, I didn't know what this was about. I didn't know what this was. And she'd do that like a whole lot. And then I liked it. So as I got older, I just really, really liked it women. I just really liked the girls to the point that, I lost my virginity, believe it or not, when I was 16. It could have been happened, but I really wasn't on it like that. But when I did lose my virginity, I was out here bad.
That's how you
Okay?
be.
I was out here bad. I was thinking of moving. I told
You
you
had to have that fix.
yeah. And I believe that because what that girl did to me when I was 5, 6 years old, I think that had some underlying trauma with me. And y'all like, okay, Dante, what the heck, what that got to do with gay people? Well, what if, and I'm just saying what if that wasn't an 18-year-old girl and that was an 18-year-old dude?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That could have twisted my mind up of thinking like, well, maybe this is how this is supposed to be. And I honestly believe that when gay people say, "Oh, I was born this way," I don't believe that. I believe that some type of trauma happened, and maybe they got it buried deep down inside. Because I don't believe that God make mistakes at all. I think life experiences, maybe just like twins, like twins. I got a set of twins as cousins, right? It's a male and a female. The boy is kind of feminine, and the girl is more kind of aggressive. But the boy isn't gay. He just absorbed more estrogen. You know what I'm saying? But he eventually grew out of it. But you could tell when they was younger, like they looking at him like, man, he kind of. But no, he wasn't. He just when you a twin, you absorb that stuff. And it's up to the parents to correct that behavior. And cats like Texture Blend never got counseling, and they don't want to force the gay guy in the comment section, Texture Blends. He don't want to confront his trauma of him being molested. So that's why he lashes out at me in the comment section, because he's like, "Oh, you're homophobic and you hate gay people. How is that? You got to deal with your trauma, man. Right here, it's a safe space. It's a safe space." And just vent, homie. I ain't got nothing. And hold on. Let me tell you something, Texture Blend. I'm not going to block you or none of that. But my thing is this. He said we was born this way. You wasn't. What about intersex people and people were born with cancer, God, to make them say, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you, it's funny you said that. Because a lot of homosexuals, when I be on my rant, I'm dropping these Bible scriptures, they always bring that up. They say, "Oh, but you say God don't make no mistakes." Let me tell you something. So the Pharisees came to Jesus, right? And they said, "Teacher, if a baby come out deaf, dumb, and blind, whose fault is it? Is it the mother and father fault, or is it God's fault?" Pay attention, Texture Blend. You might learn something. Let me say it again, just in case you got that jungle music playing. Turn the jungle music down and listen to me, okay? The YMCA music, turn that down right quick so you can listen to me, okay? They came to Jesus and they said, if a baby come out deaf, dumb, or blind, is it the parents' fault or is it God's fault? Jesus said, it's not the parents' fault and it's not God's fault. It's sin fault. Okay? You got to understand what sin is. That's the first thing. Hold on. But you know what? I can talk all day, blue in the face. But it is what it is. But we got to understand what sin is. Okay? Dante cannot verbalize and tell you exactly what sin is because the Bible doesn't give a clear definition of what it is. But if you go all the way back to the beginning with Adam and Eve, sin, I don't know, did it happen prior to the fall of Adam and Eve, or did sin enter creation or the universe when Satan rebelled, when Lucifer rebelled against God. Maybe that's when sin came in. I don't know. But whatever this sin thing is, it's a separate entity that Jesus referenced. You know, he said it wasn't God's fault. And I'm saying this to the gay people that say I was born this way. You was not born this way. And there's nothing wrong. And understand this too. Me being a heterosexual straight man, you cannot convince me to not be straight. I was born this way to like women, to enjoy women, and be attracted to women. So I'm not going, and I tell y'all all the time, I don't never tell nobody how to program. If you like men, if you a man and you like other men, that's not the natural order of things. You can do that because that's what you choose to do. And when I say that's not the natural order of things, you got to look at it like this. If you get a transsexual man, right, a man that decided to say, hey, I know I feel like a woman inside, so I'm even going to get the sex changed. I'm going to get my knocker knocked off, and I'm going to have a vagina there, right, and get the tits and stuff. Boom. You put 100 of them on a deserted island with food and water, right? And then you put 100 gay men that like transsexuals and put them on there. In about 100 years, it ain't going to be nothing but dead bodies and bones. Because the natural order of things, you cannot, two men cannot procreate.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, you know, if you're a homosexual, it is what it is. But you honestly, we can have these debates all night. We can talk about it, who right, who wrong. But you know, deep down in your heart, that something ain't right. Because if you have to fight against it in any type of way, something ain't right. Just like before I got married, I told myself, I know what's going to get me sent to hell is women, me fornicating. I know that's what's going to get me sent to hell. But I'm finna really get to y'all. Now, I didn't know that I was addicted to porn, right? I didn't know that me watching porn was such an issue. And until I got to read in the scriptures, and it says that our body is a temple. And you sinning against yourself when you watch porn. Because not only Jesus said that if a man even look at a woman, you don't even got to do that. You don't even have to do the physical act. Us men, when we see something that we like, you know, you might see a thick chick, cute face. We see it on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube all the time, right? So we sinning when we looking at these women and we get these lustful thoughts. So when you sin against yourself, and stop that texture, it's not no billion gay people, man. Cut that out, man. It's a small. Come on, man. We ain't finna play these military mind games. You're talking about it's over 1 billion gay people in the world. So you saying they all chose to be, or actually some of them were killed to be straight. You just ignorant. You see what I'm saying? And then he just pulling numbers out there. It's a billion. All right. You got it. Texture blends, you got it. I mean, just even them, I ain't even gonna get on that anyway. But it's like when I can only imagine what a homosexual could be going through, especially a transsexual. Feeling like that you in the body, you was given this body of a man, but you feel like you're a woman inside. You know, sometimes I feel like, and I'm not trying to be something, but sometimes I feel like I want to be a rich white man, but I know damn well I can't, my black ass can't go out in this world, present myself as a rich white man. You know what I'm saying? So you got to fight them urges. Sometimes I'll be feeling like, you know, after working out, that I can knock anybody out until I run up on, what's the dude that just fought the gypsy? New Gato?
African guy, yeah, the African guy.
You know, then I run up on him and punch him in his chest, and he just look at me and smile and go, boom, boom, right? You know,
Nickelodeon.
right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you know what's funny? I don't even know how we always getting on the gay topic, but
Because oh boy, keep commenting.
yeah, it's just one of them things, man, where you know I get a lot of gay people that email me because they see through all the glitz and the glam, and they know that I'm not against them, and it's more of that. Yo, my whole mission is this. Besides telling the prison stories and the hood stories and doing the skits, I really do care about people. You know what I'm saying? If I believe in the scriptures, I believe that there is a hell and there's a heaven. And I believe in the lake of fire. And I believe that people that don't repent and accept Jesus as their Lord and Savior, that that's where they're going to go. And me being a human being that I am with the compassion that I got, despite what these demons say about me, I would never want to know and have the knowledge that there's a human being, whether they're gay or straight, is burning, suffering. You know what I'm saying? Like if I see somebody, if I see a gay person getting their ass whooped on the street off the strength of them just being gay, Dante would intervene in that. I would stop somebody from beating up a gay guy off the strength of he just gay. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you got cats in the comment section that no matter what I say, oh Dante, this ain't nobody trying to hear that. But the whole point is this, man. I know my mission in life, and it is to bring people. I'm not trying to convert nobody. I'm not trying to save nobody. But at the same time, I don't want nobody to perish. Even God himself said that if it was up to him, nobody would perish. Nobody. And it's like, yo, and I'm not putting a blanket on the whole gay community. I'm not doing that. But some of these cats gotta really wake up and realize like y'all doing so much damage to yourselves. You know, when you got somebody like a voice of reasoning like myself that try to understand or even give an analogy of my story of where what if that 18-year-old girl was a dude? You know what I'm saying? And then my head got twisted. So, you know, I understand. I come from a place of understanding, but when they want to put up this wall of, oh, he homophobic, he a big, I'm tired of hearing that. It is what it is. But we're not even talking about the gay stuff. We're talking about Curtis Jones receiving heavy D from a horse. That's what this live is all about. And Dwight Howard sexually assaulting, you know, two gay men. If anything, dude, talk about that. Talk about, you know, support for the gay guys that Dwight Howard allegedly sexually assaulted in a threesome. You know, even saying that just sounds crazy, don't it?
That's wild, man. If you just think about just think about like how big Dwight Howard is, and these guys are not even close to like his height or his weight. Like,
you know,
what he had one in a wig named Kitty.
So is it safe to say that Dante is not homophobic? It's just that I'm reporting the news of Sodom and Gomorrah. Is it safe that we can say that? I'm just trying to get the. Let me know in the comments section. Put a 1 in the comment section if y'all think Dante is homophobic. Put a 2 in the comment section if y'all think I'm just speaking the real and the raw.
They like to use that. They like to throw that word around a lot because they know it's a trigger word and it's a way to like
gaslight it.
Yeah, gaslight anything you want to say from that point on. Oh, you're just homophobic. But instead of just listening and hearing you out, everything you got to say, they want to throw that out. They want to throw that at you. You should always hear somebody out first before you go around throwing words. And then you can say what you got to say at that point.
You know, here's the thing. We gonna get back to Mr. Curtis Jones in a minute. And for the people that just might be coming in, and want to know who is Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones is a man that been locked up since the 90s. He have a slew of bad charges. I don't know if these charges towards the horse. if y'all see that, if y'all look at them charges,
Bad charges.
First degree rape, first degree sexual abuse, first degree sodomy. Like the list is going on and on. Like dude was getting busy. And you know, it's I don't know, man. We live in it, like I said, we in Sodom and Gomorrah, man. And you know, everybody is playing a role. And my role right now is to shine a light on this demonic activity of, you know, cats like Curtis Jones receiving heavy dick from a horse. You know, that's my. I have to give it to y'all, man, because it's like you wouldn't believe this type of stuff is happening. It's like a movie. Y'all remember? It's like y'all remember. What's that movie called? Dang, what's the name of that movie called? The Purge. Y'all remember The Purge? Every time you turn on YouTube, Instagram, or whatever, you just see cats getting ran down on. And it's like, it is, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The world is a beautiful place. The world has good people in it. And its life has a lot of good experiences. But by no means, don't ever forget that there's a lot of real life monsters that's out here in this world. You got cats out there that violate women, kids, and apparently horses, thanks to Curtis Jones. And the most sickening thing about this, I didn't know, when I got the email, I didn't know this was a brother. You know what I'm saying?
For me, the craziest thing, he's married. He's putting the woman at risk, man, for whatever he's doing with this horse. He's putting this woman at risk, man, to any type of disease. So it's not just himself.
It's like,
man, that's crazy.
How do you just like no point of return? Like, listen. Listen, Be Humble. I'm talking to Be Humble, y'all, right now. This not even to the comments. I'm talking to Be Humble. I like to think that when a baby, right? Do you got any kids?
Yes.
Have you ever held your infant as a baby, like fresh out the hospital?
Yes.
This is you got a girl or boy? The first kid.
My first was a boy.
You holding your baby boy. This is you and your woman came together, right? And y'all produced this child. I done came together with my woman and produced this child. And I'm holding this baby. Somebody came together and produced Curtis Jones, right? And this is their baby that they holding, that they done protected, provided for. Somewhere in Curtis Jones' life, something happened where the wiring in his brain led to him getting dicked down by a horse, willingly, consensual sex with a horse. And it's like, where did it go wrong at? Like somebody asked me, because I do counseling for people that reach out to me that be going through some things. I would never put their name out there. But it's like this cat was telling me about his attraction to younger people. And my first thing was to hang up on him and call the police, you know? And I asked him and I said, yo, let me ask you a question. I said, you ever went to get therapy? You ever went to get counseling? Oh, no, I'm afraid that they might lock me up. I said, cats like you, when you get into the penitentiary and there's a huge chance that you're going to get raped. Okay, there's a huge chance that you're going to. That's not a huge chance. You're going to get beat. You're going to get beat. You're going to get extorted for whatever you got. The thing is, I wonder, can these people ever, with all the therapy, with all the counseling, could they really get help? Could they really change? What's your opinion about that?
I agree with definitely with therapy. To put a little bit out there. I've been in therapy myself. Being in my time in the military, seeing some of the stuff I've seen. So it is what it is. I do believe it can help. Is it going to cure you? No, I don't believe you'll be cured, but it can help because there's a lot of people. Not to put too much information out there about it, but my first marriage, we were going to counseling, trying to figure some things out, and when we would go separate, the counselor would give us stuff to like to read whatever we talked about that day. One day, I come home and I look up under the pillow on the ex-wife's side of the bed, and it was something about molestation. So, and looking back, I started, some of our conversations, some things that happened to her in the past. But I do think it helped. Did it help her? No, I don't think because she didn't take it serious. If you take it serious, it can help. Definitely.
Yeah. So, and I hate to get, I'm not going to get descriptive, but this lady that I work with, that she believes she can save the world. She suggested to me that if I ever had to deal with conversation with people that's attracted to young kids, that maybe they should buy sex dolls, right? And I said, well, the problem with that is you can only fake it for so long until you really want to act out on that for real. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not going to say on this platform what I think the solution should be, but it's like, I don't know, man. That's why I said, we live, we gotta be we gotta be here, and if we not in the end times right now, we right there at the door, because you got cats again, like Dwight Howard, basketball superstar, out here having threesomes with men and sexually assaulting them. They not wanting them and he forcing it on them. Then you got cats like Curtis Jones out here receiving heavy dick from a horse. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then it's like, I seen this article where they was talking about they legalize synthetic meat, lab grown meat. You heard about that?
No, I ain't hear about that, man.
Yeah, yeah. Matter of fact,
Crazy, man.
I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up because you know what? This kind of made me wonder about can you still see me?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay. So this got me wondering about like zombies and stuff, with this synthetic meat. You know what I'm saying? Like lab grown meat. Now I get it. This could, cure world hunger, right? Growing lab made meat. But at the same time, it's like, didn't this how Resident Evil started?
I think something like that, yeah.
Like the T1 virus. Like, come on, man. Like, what's going on? Hold on. Let me pull it up. So yeah, hold on. Lab grown meat. Truth about the U.S. approved nation. All right, hold on. I'm finna pull it up right now. It's just wild, man. Hold on. I'm about to pull it up right now. 1 second. And like I said, y'all, shout out to my man, Be Humble, man. He got a YouTube channel. Let the people know about you.
All right. So I did 20 years in the Navy. I'm retired now. I'm living over here in the nation's capital. And I like to tell some of my stories from my 20 years in the Navy. Some of them, like I said before, some of my stories is funny. Some of them that have sad endings, but they all happen. All 100% of the stories is true, and nothing is faked about them.
All right, y'all, check this out. Just that lab-grown meat.
The U.S. approved the sale of lab-grown meat made from animal cells for the first time. What is it? We spoke with a California company who creates it.
So cultivated meat, put really simply, is real meat that is grown from animal cells.
These cells can come from a biopsy of a living animal, a fertilized egg, or a special bank of stored cells. Companies choose the cells most likely to reproduce quickly. Then, they're placed in tanks in a bath of cell food designed to give them everything they need to grow. Inside these bioreactors, the cell can change into types we normally eat, including those that make muscle, connective tissue, and fat. And the cells multiply over and over and over. After several days or weeks, the meat is removed from the tanks to be shaped into cutlets, hot dogs, nuggets, and sausages. Then, it's ready to be cooked, served, and eaten.
So our first product will be chicken fillets, but we are working on an entire portfolio, first of chicken, and then following that will be beef and other species as well.
The U.S. approved the sale of lab-grown meat made from animal cells for the first time. What is?
Welcome to Sodom and Gomorrah. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, do we even get a choice? Do we even get a choice in a matter? It's like, yo, since the 2020 lockdowns, we have officially entered the twilight zone. It's like, how in the hell did we get here? How did we get here? How did we get here?
Hey, that was a good song, but let me say this real quick to the hater that we got in the chat. I'm not gonna waste my time stepping on a hater. I'm gonna step over him. So I appreciate the hate in the chat. You know what I'm talking about, Dante.
Yeah. Yeah.
I won't even say the name.
Man,
but yeah, this is getting out of hand, man.
So the FDA just approved lab-grown meat to be sold in the US. Now, today I found out something crazy about where this meat is actually coming from. You see, obviously these companies, when they're selling this lab-grown meat, they want to make it as fast as possible so they can sell as much as possible and profit as quickly as possible. Just like if you're selling fruits, you're selling vegetables, you don't want to plant a new tree every single day. You want to take a tree that has a lot of fruits or a lot of vegetables and use that one. So what they've found is there's a special type of cell called immortalized cells, which they actually kind of discovered after a woman called Henrietta Lacks, who had cervical cancer in the 1950s. They took some of those cervical cancer cells, put it in a petri dish, and then they wanted to see how long these cells would keep on replicating for. What they found was crazy. Literally today, these cells are still replicating. So what that means is literally over 70 plus years later, these cells are still replicating and going. So what they've discovered for these lab-grown meats, and you probably put 2 and 2 together, some of the fastest type of growing cells is actually cancer cells.
Hey, man,
So what they're going
nobody
to be
hear
doing is
all
taking
that.
cancer.
Let's get to the juicy stuff.
Let's talk about lab-grown meat, also known as cultured meat. Lab-grown meat is grown using animal cells, so that the meat that is grown ends up tasting and smelling and looking like meat, but no animals die in the process. And 3 things for lab-grown meat: animal stem cells, a protein-based feed, also known as the growth medium, and a bioreactor. Scientists take these animal stem cells from the animal under anesthesia, and then the animal can wake up and walk away, no problem. Inside the growth medium, the cells will develop muscle and tissue, and then the scientists will harvest the cells and mix in some other additives to perfect the texture.
Okay, so that right there let y'all know that we eating lab-grown meat. Now, this will leads into my next the next segment about zombies. They didn't produce the TV show The Walking Dead for nothing. So, as an Army guy, let's see, as we talking right now, breaking news: The Walking Dead is alive. What is Be Humble going to do?
Hey, I'm gonna get my arsenal of weapons and start loading up. Lock these doors.
So you don't have to go nowhere. Like, you got enough food and water stored up where you at?
No, not where I'm at, but yeah, I probably would have to do that first.
Oh, wait.
Sure.
Okay, we're gonna start over. Breaking news: The Walking Dead has risen. Be Humble. What are you doing next?
I'm gonna go to my favorite store, Home Depot. Get everything, get some wood so I can board up these doors. Stop at the grocery store.
What time is it where you at? It's 8 o'clock where I'm at. What time?
8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock here. Same time frame.
Be Humble. It's you and about 2,000 other people that's going to be doing exactly what you're doing.
Yep.
So you're going to be out there amongst chaos and pandemonium. Now, are you leaving out with a gun or a knife?
Yes,
or what?
yes, definitely. Yep.
Okay. Man, right now, I ain't even gonna lie. I've been planning for this like since the 2020 lockdown. I've been planning on something to pop off. I've been planning. I got enough food.
What's your plan? What's the first thing you gonna do?
Well, since we're in this new house, I just put up the armor guard all around the windows and stuff. Literally today, my brother came over and he had me put up all the armor guard. But my first thing that I'm doing, I got boards and stuff downstairs. So what I would do, since I got the outer exterior with the armor guard, that's good for that. But the next thing I'm gonna do, in the basement, I got these boards. I'm gonna put them up at the window, and that, like, I've been prepared for this, and I got like a hole like this big, so I can see outside of this. So, because here's the thing, it's not the zombies that you really got to worry about; it's the humans.
Mm-hmm.
So I will put the boards up. I will call a couple of people that's on the same time that I'm on. You know, we have these conversations in case America falls and we go into straight anarchy. Because you got to understand, you ain't going to be able to call emergency services. You ain't going to be able to call the police because they're going to be worried about protecting their families, right? It's going to be a dog-eat-dog world. What's going to rule is strength in numbers, guns, gangs. It's going to be the purge because cats is going to be, that first. That's why I say the first couple of days you have to be locked in because it's going to be chaos on the streets, and you don't want to get caught up because you're going to be battling like you go to Home Depot. Everybody going to Home Depot, the gun stores, the grocery stores, and all that. That's why I tell people that you should have at least 3 months worth of water, like bottled water in your house, and at least 3 months worth of canned goods. Because you never know what could happen. Because my philosophy is I stay ready so I don't have to get ready. I know that and you should know better, be humble. You've been in the military. You know, you supposed to already have a what is that? A bug out bag.
Yeah.
You know, you already had these things going. You know, I got so a couple of my brothers, not all of them, but a couple of my brothers, they know what to do if the United States failed and you know it was anarchy. You know, you have to. It's when you look at The Walking Dead, that shows how it'll really go.
Mhm.
And everybody can't come to my house. You know what I'm saying? There's some people that you can't come to my house. I've been telling people, you know, it first started off as a joke in the 2020 lockdowns. You remember it was so much toilet paper, we couldn't get the toilet paper. And then they had it down to you go and you can get, see, people mind, they attention span is so short. This only happened, 2 years ago when we can only get 1 pack of bottled water. You remember that? When people was fighting over, dying over toilet paper and bottled water, Dante had plentiful. I'm talking about we didn't worry about anything. Here for my Bible loving scripture people. The scripture says that my people are destroyed due to lack of knowledge, right? So that right there tells you that God's own people can and will be destroyed due to lack of knowledge. Me knowing that we are living in some uncertain times, right? Uncertain times. I know that I have a family that I have to provide for. And I have people that depend on me. And I also understand that there's strength in numbers, but everybody can't ride with you, even family members. Because you might get some cats up in there that feel like they want to hoard something. Everybody put in a pot, but you want to keep a bag of crackers to the side for you, and you nibbling them on them at 3 o'clock in the morning. Now we got to kill you and get you out the house. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like, man, I hope and pray that will never happen to the United States. But it really seemed like prior, like when I was driving trucks back in 2020. Mm-hmm. And I remember when they called us in, it was March something. They called us in at 11 o'clock in the morning. They said, all right, y'all, it affected us now. You know, we shutting down today. Y'all can file for unemployment and this and that. But we've been heard rumblings and, you know, rumors that this was going to happen. Mm-hmm. A lot of people didn't make it through them times. The government did the unemployment thing and people were scamming and stuff, but a lot of small businesses went under. Yeah. You know, a lot of people, it was a lot of people that had so-called job security. That's when I knew then. Like, yo, you cannot put all your eggs in one basket. Because when you rely on one source of income, and I'm not saying having a job is a bad thing, it's not. But if you have the means, because everybody don't have the brain capability or capacity or the intelligence to be a boss and make different avenues of income. Everybody don't have that brain capacity or intelligence, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you have to really realize that, like the Bible says, that there's nothing new under the sun, and everything that is being done now have already been done. And we just have to look at history and understand that if you got, we all know, look at the animals, right? Look at the ducks. The ducks up here in the north, they know when it starts getting cold, they know, okay, we got to prepare and get ready to go down south, right?
Mhm.
The bears, they know that they got to eat a certain amount enough food to go hibernate. This still goes with my people are destroyed due to lack of knowledge. You remember that story back in the day? And I'm sorry that I'm going on and on, but and just in case if everybody's still wondering, this whole life was about a dude by the name of Curtis Jones receiving heavy pipe from a horse. But we're gonna
Crazy.
get back to Sodom and Gomorrah later. We're breaking down these scriptures right now. But do you remember that story of the three little pigs with the wolf?
Yeah.
So if you think about it, when the scripture says, my people are destroyed due to lack of knowledge, well, we all know with the three little pig story, if you build your house with straw, you know, it'll get blown away. I forgot the other, whatever the other pig made, but that got messed up too. But if you build your house in brick, 9 times out of 10, when a storm come or a hurricane or a tornado came, that brick house is going to withstand that. I know that we are living in some turbulent times. Case in point, Palestine and Israel. That war.
Yep.
I know, being the man that I am of having knowledge, that, hey, Dante, there's a war that's about to pop off. It's not just going to just stay with Israel and Hamas. Oh, no, this is going to be a bigger thing. So I know that it takes oil stocks and oil prices is about to soar. Even though our gas prices is kind of low right now, y'all better start investing in them oil stocks if it's not too late. If you look at certain stocks that's dealing with war, right? With the army, you got to look at companies that invest in war. Look at certain people. It's a lot of ways to make money, but it takes
Yep.
money to make money. I'm not here to sell nobody how to invest in stocks in the stock market, anything like that. But if you really take time and just be to yourself, you know, like the Bible says, sometimes you gotta be alone with yourself. Sometimes if you just sit back and if you want to get into that real estate world, all you have to do is just look at it, look at the world and see how the world is going. Let's say you hear the day before that there's a huge shortage of tuna, right? Or no, I got you. There was a shipping containment of trillions of dollars worth of coffee that plunged into the ocean. You better hurry up and try to find some stocks that's dealing with coffee, because that shit is going to go sky high. It's called supply and demand. That's what it's really all about. If you really want to get into stocks and bonds and all that stuff, look into what's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? The Palestine and Israel war. If you think that this is not about to spill over to something else, I'm not saying World War III. I'm not saying that, but potentially it could happen. You got Biden, you know, Uncle Biden, the one that said that if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Yeah, that Biden. hold on, hey, hold on. Let me pull that up. What do you think about that?
Oh, so earlier you was talking about like guns and stuff. I'm all about having like but I totally believe in home defense. So if anybody, this is something I haven't done my research. This is something I was told like within a setting. So they were saying like Black Wall Street. So they were saying how there was only 50 guns in the whole city. That's how the city was able to be burnt down and toasted because no one had guns. So I'm all about, you know, home defense.
This is our president. What's up?
Looks like Joe Biden has stuck his foot all the way in his mouth.
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
In an interview with the Breakfast Club co-host Charlemagne, the presidential hopeful made an egregious comment that has people questioning if he's worthy of their vote. Towards the end of the almost 20-minute interview, Charlemagne touched on an issue of great concern. Who will be Joe's running mate?
Black people saved your political life in the primaries this year. They have things they want from you, and one of them is a Black woman running mate. What do you say to them?
What I say to them is that I'm not acknowledging anybody who is being considered, but I guarantee you there are multiple Black women being considered. Multiple.
Charlemagne had a follow-up question, but got interrupted by someone off camera saying their time was up. The radio host instead invited Biden to come back, but Joe's response was off-putting.
Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't Black.
The comment may have been directed just at Charlemagne, but it plays into the false notion that Democrats own the Black vote and don't have to earn the Black.
Let me ask you a question about that. Let's get into a little politics. Number one, I am not a Democrat at all. Number two, I am not a Republican either. I look at it like this. You got the American Eagle, right? You got the American Eagle. On one wing, you got the Democratic Party. The other wing, you got the Republican Party. But they both are a part of the same bird, right? My thing is this. I'm middle class. Well, I don't really, I'm kind of out of touch with reality now because I don't even know if middle class even exists. I'm doing okay.
Yeah, you driving that electric car.
Yeah, you know that. You know that. But so it's like what I have noticed that from driving trucks and now me doing social media that I'm getting taxed higher than I was doing trucks. So I'm going to vote for what works for me. You know what I'm saying? And let me make something real clear. Because somebody wrote me something that it just came to my mind thinking about Joe Biden. Somebody said that why everybody in the hood so messed up. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They said, why is everybody in the hood so fucked up? I said, well, for you to say everybody, that's wrong because there's a lot of good people that's not committing crimes in the hood and in the projects. There are just people that's a victim of financial issues. You know what I'm saying? That just not making enough. Everybody ain't out here thugging. Everybody in the hood ain't out here robbing and killing people. You know what I'm saying? It's literally people that's just in a financial bind or they don't know how to manage their finances enough or they just not educated enough to get out of the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was thinking about Joe Biden and the Democrats. It's like, and I grew up on welfare, and I'm not gonna lie. No, I can't say this on. They probably get me for saying this, but I want food stamps. I want food stamps. Do you know how? I went to go get me some. And that's why I said, yo, welfare is cool for people that's struggling and not making enough. Everybody needs some help. Even me making the money that I make, I need some help too. I need some food stamps. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. Give me a car, man. At least, listen, brother. Listen, be humble. Check this out. I went to go get some tacos, man. I got some shells. I got some cheese. I got some lettuce. I got some tomato. I got the hamburger meat, which was $25 damn. I got some sour cream, right? And I got me a two liter Fago cola, right?
Fago.
So that joint came up to $70 for a time. This for me and the family. I'm like, hold up. If I 70, 140, 280, I'm damn near spending. Well, you know, I got ramen noodles, you know, food that is stretch. I got that too. But it's like, for me, I spend anywhere from 700 to maybe 1,200 on groceries. But you gotta understand, I got a wife and I got 5 kids.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm spending at minimum 1,200 on groceries. And it's like, and my overhead is, I don't know. Put it this way, I have to make $7,000 a month to survive. I have to. There's no, or something not getting paid. If I don't make over $7,000 a month, something ain't getting paid. Okay? And I've been paying my bills for about 2 years without robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Let me ask you this, Donta. Or say if somebody came to you when you were 18, said, look, I got this proposition for you. It's a legit proposition. If you can give me 10 to 20 years of your life, you're not going to make a lot of money. But when you turn 40, you can make over $75,000 a month a year doing nothing. Would you take that? Or would you take the route that you went?
How much they giving me up front, you say?
They telling you you're not going to make a lot over these 10 to 20 years. But from 40 on, you're going to make over 75K and you don't have to do nothing. All you got to do is wake up.
Oh, so I just wake up to the age of 40?
No. I'm saying at the age of 40, you'll make this 75K a year. But only thing you got to do at that point is just wake up. But we just need these 10 to 20, you making a little bit.
So they want to take 20 years of my life for me to make 75K a year without doing nothing? I would turn that down because here's why. Even back when I was 18 and being poor, I always knew how to make money, legal and illegal. So, and I wasn't always pressed for money. I wasn't the type of person that, I just need money. I just love money. Because I mean, you see how I dress, man. I'm not no dresser. You know what I'm saying? My cares of things, my view even back then. Let me give y'all a brief history about me. Okay, and everything is way, the statute of limitation is way up, so I'm good. The first time I broke into a house, it was right after foster care. I was 9 years old. I had, let's see. I had 7 siblings that was under me. My mother wasn't doing what she's supposed to do in life to provide for us. Okay. So me being 9, 10 years old, I was breaking into houses, stealing hamburger meat, chicken, stealing hot dogs out of people's houses, right? It wasn't that I was doing it it was literally I was doing it to survive. When I was in maybe the second or third grade, the shoes I had, I don't know, back in the day, you know, somebody had come from New York, right? And they had these $20 shoes. It'd be like Air. It's supposed to be Nike Air, but it's called Air, right? Me, back in them days, man, I had a pair of bright orange Airs, and they cheaply made shoes. I had some Adidas breakaway pants, like short, no, like jogging pants, Adidas breakaway jogging pants, and a big oversized Fat Albert shirt, and a do-rag. So I used to go to school dressed like that, and I had a pair of blue jeans Levi's. And what I would do, I would switch out. One day I wear the Levi's with the Fat Albert shirt. The next day I turn inside out the Fat Albert shirt and put on the breakaway Adidas pants, right? And I just keep switching out like that. But I had these bright orange shoes. And you know, the shoes supposed to be like this, right? My shit was talking. Like, you see my whole sock. I had to scoot across the floor, like walk, like stiff, kind of, so nobody would see that I got a hole in my shoe, big ass hole. I'm talking about boom. Like if I run, it's like that. You can see my whole foot. I had a friend by the name of Skeet out there in Georgia, right? We was in, I believe we was in Covington, Georgia, or Conyers, I'm not sure. But we, so his daddy worked at the post office, and, you know, I used to go to his house to play the Nintendo 64 with him. And I knew that his dad left at 8 o'clock, period, to go to work. That's what time he left out the house. Our bus came at like 7:45. So what I did was I left out the house. I hid on the side of my house. I see Fred, because the bus stop was like a block away from my house. So Fred and Skeet, they was cousins. They rode the bus with us together. So they went down the street, and when they passed me, okay, cool. They got on the bus, they left. Then I see his daddy drive past, and I knew Skeet left his window open, cracked open. So I went in there, opened the window up, and his dad, he had so many shoes, so many pair of pants, so many shirts, all that. So, you know, I grabbed me like 5 pairs of jeans, grabbed like 2 jerseys,
going shopping.
a whole hell of a lot of white tees and black tees. And I grabbed me a pair of black Timbs, right? So, but he had plentiful. And then I went to the refrigerator and grabbed some hamburger meat and some chicken, right? So I came back home the next day. I bust my whole spread down. Brett Skeet, whole spread down, right? So I'm dressed up, all this, right? Next day, it was this girl. It was this girl I wanted to talk to so bad, but she was way out of my league. You know, now to come to think about it, what was you doing wearing makeup in the 8th grade? But this girl was like so sedity and stuff. I just had the biggest crush on her, but I would never, ever step to her because, you know, she dressed nice. You know, she was one of them like high class type of girls, right? And that I had no business talking to. But I never had look, I got to make sure my wife ain't listening. Listen, back in the day, right? Kevin Gates said it best. I don't do push-ups, but I know how to push up on a bitch. Okay. And for the ladies out there, I'm sorry. I'm just kicking it with Be Humble. I'm not like that. I'm not like that. Listen, I'm not like that. We just kicking it, y'all. Shout out to all the beautiful and the straight and the ugly women. You know, Dante love all women. So we ain't gonna y'all ain't about to flip that and put that on me. But you know, that's how I was back in the day. Okay, there's one thing that anyway. So, you know, I would have talked to her, but I looked at myself like, damn, she ain't gone. But now I'm fresh. So I'm at the bus stop and Skeet, like, he looking at me.
Look
Like,
familiar, huh?
yeah, like familiar with it. Like, well, hold on, where did this dude get some Timberlands? You know what I'm saying? Because you know back then Timbs was like they was expensive. So he looking like, but he ain't saying nothing. He ain't say nothing, and he look at me like, okay. He kept it real because I think he knew that was his stuff, but you know that's a true friend because he could have put me on blast. I probably would have whooped on him at the bus. But that was my introduction of a long line of doing criminal activity. And I guess that goes into what, when you said that about the timing thing, would I give up 20 years of my life for $80K at the age of 40? No, because I don't really care about money like that. Money have its uses, right? It helps. It helps you provide. You can buy food, buy clothes, keep the bills paid. Anybody that say, you hear some rich people saying, "Oh, money don't buy happiness," but none of them niggas. I'm sorry, saying nigga. None of them people you never see them giving it away to be broke.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because money, it's not that money is evil. It's the love for money that's evil. It's when a nigga kill another man. Notice I said nigga. When a nigga kill a man over some money, over some drugs, over material things. You know what I'm saying? That's when it become a sinful thing. That's when the love of money become an evil instrument. When somebody gotta die or somebody doing something treacherous over this thing that we call money. Money is just a means to an end to help sustain one's life. Look at me being a philosopher and all that. But, some people, when I be telling these stories, they be saying, "Oh, it's just one ignorant. He just another ignorant nigga." But, it's all good. It's one of the things where, I figure if somebody told me, like, first of all, and I was slick back there at the age of 18. If somebody would have said you wasn't going to be making money like that to the age of 40, give me 20 years of your life. If you know that so that means you know my future, right? So why are you not rich? Why aren't you where you at in life? And if you know my future, your ass would have known that I was going to say no. So how you want to just, you gotta see, this is the military mind games. I might be dumb, but I'm not stupid. You say, wait, how did that work? I don't know. You can switch them. But it's like, if you know that I ain't going to be shit for the next 20 years, right? Well, in them 20 years, I could experience things like love. I could experience things that's worth way more than money. Life experiences. I believe that we got one life. I don't believe in reincarnation, but I believe that we experience this thing that is called life. And yes, we cannot choose our parents. No, we cannot decide what region we are born in this world. I'm not going to be naive to the fact that there's people that's born into hell. You know what I'm saying? Like here in America, yeah, there's people that really are born into slavery. There's babies, and I hate to get real graphic and just real gory with it, but there's people that's born to die literally. Just raised for organs. There's people that probably never seen the sky. That's born in darkness. That's born in somebody's basement. It's thank God I didn't have to experience these things. And for people that didn't, we all have our trials, our tribulations. All of us go through things. All of us done had heartaches. All of us done experienced pain. We all done experienced evil things that happen to us. We all have participated in things that we had no business participating in. So when the scripture says that no man is good, none of us good, because some people say, what if you know, 'cause I get called out a lot when I do my debates with Muslims. They say, well, Dante, so you mean to tell me being a good Muslim man, that, you know, I love my neighbor, I treat everybody good, I pray 5 times a day, I don't cheat on my wife, you know, I'm a good Muslim, I'm going to hell? I said, well, the scripture says this. Number one, your statement is flawed by saying that I am a good Muslim, because the scripture says that no man is good. Why? Because just because we don't see, let's say you do everything that you say that you do, but what about the lust of the eyes? What about, because we are attracted to, but that takes discipline, lots of discipline to see something that you are attracted to, and you can fight them urges and just look at it and just pray that away and say, Satan, get behind me. You know what I'm saying? That takes a lot of discipline, but no man is perfect and no man is good, because once a man sin or do a dirty deed, then he's filthy again compared to a holy God. So no man is good. So that's the first flaw right there of saying that you are good. And then the second thing, the scripture says that what do evil have to do with good? And what that means is that be humble. When you sleep, right? Before be humble actually doze off to go to sleep, he is aware of what's going on around him, right?
Yep.
When Be Humble sleeps and Be Humble is having a dream, right in that dream, Be Humble is not aware of what's going on in the world. Right now, Be Humble have no idea what is going on in an alley on the 54th Street in New York, right? You are not aware of what's going on, right? Just like I related to sleep. You're not aware of what's going on in the world. The scripture says, what do evil have to do with good? You say, Dante, what does this mean with Muslims being a good Muslim? What this means is that Jesus said, I am the light of the world. I am the only way. No one get to the Father. No one. Not no good Christian, not no good Buddhist person, not no good Jew, not no good Muslim. No one get to the Father but through me, right? Some Muslims will say, but we believe in the prophet Esau too, Dante. See, that's the problem. Y'all keep calling him the prophet. We are not, this is not the same Jesus is that we speaking about between Islam and Christianity. You said, how did we get from Dwight Howard sexually assaulting 2 homosexuals and Curtis Jones getting heavy pipe from a horse to scriptures? This is what this is really all about. So I'm just bringing it back to Sodom and Gomorrah. When it says that when a man, Jesus said that the only way to the Father is through him. So that lead me to say, don't nothing else matter. It also says that the road to destruction and to the hellfire is wide, and many people find themselves on that path. But the road to life, to everlasting life, is very narrow, and few people find it. The scripture says in Revelation, it says that people want to come to him and say, and this is why we got to be careful to be humble. We got to be careful, because Jesus said that in them days on Judgment Day, people going to come to him and say, Jesus, I prophesied in your name. I cast out demons. So that lets you know people are demon possessed, because people can't cast demons out of people. They're going to say, I cast out demons in your name. I heal people in your name. And he's going to say, get away from me, you worker of iniquity. I never knew you. I think for people like myself that teach about the word of God, I wonder about my own faith. I'm gonna be honest with you, be humble, and everybody that's listening. Dante really don't want to tell these prison stories. He don't really want to tell these hood stories. What is it? What benefit a man or woman to hear about a man getting his butt taken by another man? I mean, yeah, you can play it to the scared straight thing where, you know, don't commit crimes, don't go to jail because this what could be waiting for you. But at the same time, what's more beneficial? A man losing his life here on earth, and then he got to suffer through eternity. The scripture says that this life is like a whisper. It's like a flame. You hear it, then you gone. You can be here. We all know people, be humble. Terry Walker, Lisa Jackson. We all know people that we knew in real life that is not here no more. That they done lost their life. That I got a brother, a nephew, my best friend Al. I know they existed. My son asked me, he said, who is this person right here? I said, that's your uncle. That's my uncle? What's his name? How did he die? I can't even tell them that story. Al, people hear me talk about Al in the jail stories and their hood stories. For the people, the cat's out the bag, Al ain't here. It's like the only thing that we was promised, if we was fortunate enough that our mamas didn't abort us or we didn't die to complications, that we are here now, be humble, and Monique and Lisa, we are here now and we experience what we call life. The only thing that we are promised is death. That's the only thing that we are promised. That one day we are not going to, in 100 years, unless mankind figure out a way to prolong life. But in 100 years, we won't be here. None of us will be here. So my thing is that for the people that, this even go back with the homosexuals, when the people say that Dante is homophobe. I know about trauma. Thank you for that, Strong and Grand. I know about trauma. I know that everybody go through something. Everybody been used. Everybody been abused in some type of way or form. One day we are not going to be here existing. So for the people that can have children, life is like this. We have to educate ourselves and pass down the knowledge and wisdom that we learn to our kids so they can be aware to how to survive in this world. One of my, when I was younger, before I had kids, I did fear death. I feared dying. Yep. But then I looked at it as I got older and I started having kids, and I said, it's not that I fear death anymore. I fear dying and my kids is out here. You know what I'm saying? That they just out here fending for themselves. They get taken advantage of. They growing up fucked up. You know, they done turned to drugs. They done got molested, and now they confused, and I wasn't there to protect them, and they grew up to be drug addicts, and they just not doing good in life. You know what I'm saying? And I think like in Flint, Michigan, right? I was born in Detroit, but spent a lot of time in Flint growing up in Georgia. But a lot of time of my years was in Flint. There's a lot of dudes even I'm just thinking there's even the past 3 years of people that I know. That's why I hate coming to Flint, man. It's like I know so many young dudes that I grew up with that's not here now, and that died over nothing. That died over nothing. I mean, gets killed. That they bloodline is wiped. That they left this earth without a son or daughter. You know what I'm saying? My brother,
Crazy.
his bloodline is wiped out. It stops from his dad. His daddy died, and it's him. He was the only son. That bloodline is done. And it's like, for the cats that's out here, like the biggest tragedies is when you got guys out here that really try to be in their kids' lives, and they wanna, and they ain't got the knowledge or the wisdom to stop selling drugs and get a job. Because let's not make no mistake, Dante know how hard it is out here. I know that McDonald's job and working at Walmart, that shit not even making ends meet. I just told y'all I have to mandatory. Bottom line, make 7,000. I have to make 7,000. I must. If I make $1 less, something ain't getting paid. Something ain't getting paid. Whether it's child support, some cats be, oh man, my child support 200. Yeah, y'all keep playing military mind games. But you know what? I tell people, it is what it is. You complain over $200. Try $1,200 in child support. Try that. My child support bill, it's a bill. It's almost worth some people's mortgages, rent. So it's
Child
like,
support's a dirty game, man.
But you know what? Here's the thing, though. That was me slanging dirty dick around. You hear what I'm saying?
I hear you.
I did that. I was the one that was going to these girls raw. And yo, it is what it is. You gotta pay. You have to pay. So when I was younger, y'all was mad in the motherfucker having to pay that child support.
Hey, when you get that
child support.
When you get that termination notice, man, that'll be a happy day for you. And I got mine saying, hey, it's terminated. This is oh my goodness. I was about to make a phone call. I'm like, hey, you get that letter too?
Hey, listen. But the thing is, man, that's why I tell people, one of my brothers is going through it right now. And I told him, he was like, dude, I don't know how you can do it. I said, I mean, it's simple. You just got to start making more money. You just got to make more money. And, and then outside of that, they say, if you make your bed, you got to lay in it. Right? And I'm going to keep it real. It ain't been since the last, maybe the last 5 years. See, a lot of people be getting it twisted. Like, Dante got it. Dante got it. I just told you my overhead is $7,000 a month. Dante ain't got it. They be like, I put a Facebook post up. I said the ATM is broke. Okay, the ATM is broke. It's like people be forgetting, like, it only been the last, 6 years that I've been doing okay. Prior to that, Dante was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I was, I wasn't in the streets, but I wasn't making ends meet. We just gonna put it that way. And that's why I said you gotta educate yourself. And one of the things that got me out of poverty was getting my CDL, truck driving. And I'm gonna tell you how I did it too. This the game, y'all. This the game. If you ain't got the money to pay for it, here's the game. And if you don't want to be inside of a contract with these companies, here's the game. In every city and state, they hiring bus drivers for school. I'm a dirty motherfucker. So, but I'm gonna put it out there. So, a school was hiring for bus drivers, and I said, you know what? I'm tired of working in this damn warehouse. I'm gonna get my CDL. So they pay for your CDL, the training and everything, to get your Class B license. So what I did, I went there, I trained, whatever. As soon as I got my CDLs in the mail, I dipped, went to Amazon, and started delivering for the heavy boat side. And then it went from there to I went to a truck driver company that had Class A and Class B, the box trucks, the 26-foot box trucks, like the big U-Hauls, delivering. So I did that for years, and that's how I got out of poverty. Got my point of saying is that my people are destroyed due to lack of knowledge. If I didn't have the knowledge to say, hey, Dante, you got all this child support, you got all these bills, you're not making ends meet, you have to make money, but you don't want to go back to jail by committing crimes because your black ass going back to jail if you keep committing crimes. So what you do is figure out how to make more money legally. I got my GED from Job Corps when I was 21. So I'm thinking like, damn, I can't play basketball, I can't play football. I'm not the smartest dude in the world, but I'm not the dumbest. What can I do to get myself out of this situation? So then I said, well, truck driving, let me look into that. Oh man, but it costs $5,000, $6,000 to do all this and that. Then I said, it gotta be another way. It got to be another way. Then I seen it. It said hiring bus drivers will pay for CDL. I said, there it go, right there. They was only paying $14 an hour, and I was working at the warehouse getting paid $16. I said, but that ain't solving the problem. So then I got on Indeed.com and got to typing in CDL Class B jobs, and I was in Flint at this time, and I seen all the big money was in Detroit. So I had a Suburban at that time, and I had to commute back and forth. And I'm driving the big boy Suburban. So, gas, crazy. Coming back in an hour from Detroit to Flint, killing me in a gas tank. So what I did, me knowing how to survive, I said, Dante, you got a Suburban. Nigga, lay these seats down, right? Get you a cover, get you a pillow, thug it out. And I would do that. I would stay. I got the membership at Planet Fitness and at the YMCA down there. I sleep in the truck for 1 or 2 days, go wash up, get something to eat, get back on the road. And I come home every other day, and then I got custody of some of my kids, and I say, I got to be home now, but I have to figure out another way to make it the same amount of money or more money to stay home, or be here closer to home. And I got to looking up delivery contracts. I'm already doing Amazon, delivering for Amazon and Ford and stuff like that. So how to get these contracts? So I got on Google and I looked up how to become a delivery person, delivering for big companies. And I seen this ad that said, deliver medical supply. And so I'm looking into it. Then I called this guy on what was that? On Craigslist. I typed in delivery drivers on Craigslist, and I reached out to a guy that was hiring, but I told him that I don't want to be a driver. How did you get to where you at? And he was telling me, Michigan, it's a Michigan contract, and it's for any states out there. There's a lot of like medical couriers and different couriers out there that contract to independent contractors. You just need your license, you need insurance, and there you go. And I figured that out, and I end up leasing the car, got 5 contracts delivering medical supplies to the different hospitals in my area. And I was making money. And then I said, wait a minute, hold up. If I can do this, let me go get another car and put somebody in it and give them a contract. And and I'm paying for the gas. I'm paying for, it was a 75-25 split. If you make $1,000 this week, I'm paying for everything. You get $350. I get the other, but that goes towards the car, the gas, and I'm paying for all of that. So I had a team of 10 people that was under me, and I was just doing the routes and stuff. And then this is where we lead into social media. Now Dante don't have to leave the house at all. So, and I gave that business to my sister, and because I couldn't do both. I couldn't do social media and the contracts. So I gave that to my sister, and this is where we at. And this is not my last stop, because actually what I really want to do in life, to be honest, is I think they call it a philanthropist or something. I want to make so much money that I can, my family and me, we taken care of, boom, that's done. But I really want to go out throughout the world and just give, give to poor people, people that's really struggling, that that ain't ate in 2 or 3 days. People that $10 US is a month worth of groceries and bills being paid. That's why I tell people, people here in the projects and in the hood that's on welfare stuff, that and I know don't nobody want to be poor and broke, but at the same time, it's we got to be thankful for what we got, because you could be doing way worse than what you are. You know what I'm saying? There's people that's in way badder, worse predicaments than you, and sometimes, like the governor Richmond in Michigan, Gritchner, whatever her name is, she passed a bill, and it says that everybody can get free college education up to an associate degree, right? I tell people, everybody that's on SSI, everybody that's on welfare, that can't get out of this situation, living check to check to welfare, get that associate's degree. Because at least when the government, and it will happen, the assistance is going to get cut off. It's going to happen eventually. Yep. Why not have something to fall back on? And even if it is an associate's degree, even if you get a trade to learn how to, you know what? Here we go. Now we're getting on these rappers. You get it where you got these dudes that they try to make it seem like being a electrician or a plumber or somebody that's doing honest work is frowned upon. You know what I'm saying? Of working a 9 to 5 is frowned upon. But what these rappers do, what are they really doing? Selling you a dream, selling you a lie, selling you destruction. They telling you that having all this wise some money, right? And having all these women and all these cars and stuff, but they not telling you what comes with that. And I don't got no money like a rapper, but I done had some money here and there, and I know what comes with that. You don't get a peace of mind when you making $20,000-$30,000 a month. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you remember when I told you I had to make a Facebook page post to my family saying the ATM is broke? Every time, hey Dante, the kids out the house, the lights about to be cut off. Didn't you know the lights was about to be cut off 2 months ago? Hey, Dante, you know, the rent about to be due, and, you know, we behind 2 months. What was you doing these last 2 months? You know what I'm saying? And once I pay that for you, and then you come to me again and following money, you know, we kind of behind. Okay. Well, we hungry. Well, why you here? Go home with your family, be hungry with them. You know, it's one of them things where, and I'm sorry for venting. We supposed to be talking about something different, but it's like when it comes a time when you just gotta start doing for self. You gotta. Dante tired. If I got any family, here's the crazy thing. Be humble.
What up?
How long you had your YouTube channel?
I just started it earlier this year, like March.
How many people in your family subscribe to your channel and be all in your comment section?
I would say maybe one.
Maybe one. You probably got about 400-500 people in your family. So many cousins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not one family member, especially ones that be begging.
Mm-hmm.
Not one of them watches my video. Not one of them hit the like button. Nobody shared the videos. You know, they say Jesus said that a prophet has no honor in his own home, right?
Mm-hmm.
That just let me know right there. You know, your people. I don't know. I was about to say something I had no business saying, but it's been a good life. It's been a good life. It's been a good life. And for the people, you know, that that's out there that might have just been tuning in, this my man Be Humble right here, y'all. This Be Humble, man. He got his YouTube channel up and running. You know, y'all go check him out, man. Go subscribe to him. And you know, for the people that's wondering what's going on, if y'all just tuning in, you know, the dude right here that we got on the screen, Mr. Curtis Jones. Mr. Curtis Jones was caught by his wife in the 90s, receiving heavy penis from a horse, literally. And you know, this is his charges. We can scroll through them right now. First degree rape, first degree sexual abuse, incest. I don't even know what that was even about. Incest, I believe, you know, he did something with his family member, but hey, first degree rape, first degree sexual abuse, sodomy. Abuse, like, come on, man. Come on, Curtis Jones. That's what it's about. Welcome to Sodom and Gomorrah. So, hey, welcome to Sodom and Gomorrah. And that's what it really comes down to. We've been rocking for 2 hours and 9 minutes.
Putting in that work.
Yeah. 2 hours and 9 minutes. I gotta get ready to jump in the shower and eat dinner and take my black tail to bed. So Be Humble. I'm gonna let you close it out, and I'm gonna roll out. I'm gonna let you close it out.
All right. Once again, Be Humble. Check me out on YouTube. Do military stories. Also, interview vets. And for anybody who's in the transparencies, I have a series called Old Man Chronicles. I'm one of 8 kids, so I didn't grow up with a father, you know, like a lot of us didn't. So my old man, before he died, he gave me this binder with a bunch of his accomplishments. So I just been going through that as well. But I check me out. I got a lot of funny stories on there, but there's actually some sad stories on as well, where you see some serious consequences of some of these people.
All right.
Yep.
With that, y'all, we about to roll out.